Michelle Brown.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Thank you for your statement, Cabinet Secretary, and I welcome the announcement of the Endowment Fund for Music that you've made today. I'm very supportive of any constructive ways that we can improve music tuition in schools and bring more children and young people into enjoying and loving and playing and taking part in music. I would like to ask you for some detail, though. How long do you think that it will take before the fund is of a sufficient size to support the award of grants? Welsh Government is putting the seed money in, but how will you work to promote it among public and private organisations to encourage them to contribute to the fund? Extending the pupil deprivation grant is all very well and good, but a young person may not be entitled to free school meals, and yet buying an instrument and paying for tuition may well be out of their parents' grasp. How does the Cabinet Secretary propose to help such young people? I note that the Cabinet Secretary boasts that £20 million is being spent on the Welsh Government's Creative Learning Through the Arts plan. However, this plan seems to cover more than music. So how much of that 20 million is being spent on music and actually going into music provision? What measures are you going to be introducing to ensure that funding intended to support music in schools is actually spent on music in schools? Young people should be able to continue their music studies if they wish after school, particularly those young people who are musically gifted. How is the Welsh Government supporting music in the community so that people can continue with their music once they leave school? It's great to teach young people the skills and to how to play an instrument and to learn a love of music. But we don't really want to kill it dead right at the end of school age. We want to be able to encourage people to continue that and to bring their music into the community. So how are you going to be supporting music in the community so that people can continue with their music once they leave school? The Task and Finish group made a number of recommendations around terms and conditions of service provision, cost of music provision, communication of local authorities' preferred delivery model, etc. How is the Cabinet Secretary addressing the problems and issues outlined in the report of the Task and Finish group? And then finally, I do totally support your objective to improve access to music in schools. And this fund hopefully will go a way to support that. But there really isn't any substitute for qualified and passionate music tuition in schools themselves. And therefore, what measures are you going to be taking to encourage trainee teachers to study music education at teacher training level and to encourage musically gifted people into the teaching profession in the first place? Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, for your questions. With regards to philanthropy, and I think it was Darren that raised this also, and it's remiss of me not to have addressed that. A great deal of work has been done in conjunction with the Arts Council looking at opportunities. We have to get better at philanthropy. There are many organisations that we can be looking to, individuals to support this work. We've got to get better at it as a nation. I hope that by creating this opportunity, an easy opportunity for people to do that, but the establishment of the steering group by the Arts Council will have people who are particularly qualified in this particular area to give advice about how we can make the most of these opportunities. I wouldn't hold up my hand to be an expert in this area. The whole point of having a steering group is that we can rely on people who do know how to do this to be part of that group to maximise the opportunities of the fund being successful. And the quicker we can build fund, the more quickly we can get money out of the door to support the work that you and I both want to see in our communities. Creative Learning Through the Arts, as you said, is a 20 million programme. We do not specify that that has to be spent on music. It is a general arts programme, and it is very much led by the individual schools. So, for instance, the programme has a number of different themes. We've talked about lead practitioners going into schools. Again, that is a choice for the individual school. It's not for me to dictate. It also has a go and see element of it. So if people actually want to go and see a live production, whether that be drama, music, whether they want to take their children to an art gallery, you know, there's a go and see element of it. So individual schools, again, teachers can identify what they feel will be of benefit to their pupils the most and apply to the Arts Council for a grant so people can actually go and physically see something and hopefully be inspired by that and take it back to the classroom. Music in the community actually falls under the auspices of my colleague Ken Skates. But you're absolutely right. We need to give children the confidence and the love of music, so it's not just something they do in school time, but actually it's something that they do out of school. That's why organisations like the ones that Claire described, South House Youth Music, have put on fantastic concerts from the very youngest pupils right through to those just about to go off to university. But also you see it happening in unexpected ways. Last week was the annual drama festival of Brecknock YFC, at which every night for a week, and this week is Radnor's drama festival, every night, last week in the stage in Brecon, and this week on the stage in Llandrindod, we will have young people singing, dancing, playing musical instruments, and being very proud of that. And I think that's one of the big challenges. There will always be a cohort of children who are very passionate about their music and want to go onto the stage. But actually, what do we do with slightly reticent teenagers who get to that age where they want to drop their music, where it's not seem to be cool anymore? And I know, because I've got one in my own family, and the frustration of getting to grade 5 flute and violin, and all of a sudden it's not cool, I don't want to be seen to be doing that anymore. So there's a job of work to be done to, really enthusing children and demonstrating. And that's why the fund and music education needs to be music education in the round, not just about classical music, but actually addressing music in a way that is relevant for children and giving them the desire to be a part of it. Teaching. You're right, we do provide courses on PGCE, and you will know that we are reviewing all our incentives and the way in which we recruit to that course. I don't have the figures for music in front of me, but I can tell you applications for PGCE courses for this year are up on where they were last year, generally, and in most subjects, and that's encouraging.